Okay, thank you so much for that notch. Um, Welcome everybody once again. My name is Bowale Oyenuga, and I'm a system engineer. Please do well to mute your phone. Mute your phone, please. It's very important so that we can hear clearly. And if you have any question, just write down your questions. Then after the presentation, um, I'm going to take all questions. You get, also going to make it interactive so that we can also talk and also, have an headway. So this is Cyber Point, and we are a group of people that has come together to provide mentorship for newbies and cybersecurity beginners. And one of the things that inspired this move is that we have a lot of people that wants to, that wants to migrate into the tech space, most especially the cybersecurity aspect of it. And they don't. The cybersecurity space is a very wide space. If you don't know what you're doing, you might be consumed with a lot of information, knowledge, and you might not be able to know where you're going. And that's why we created this community, and we have like a lot of experts amongst us that can guide you, provide mentorship. If you have any questions as regards what to pursue, you have enough resources and guidance as regards that. This is not a training center or a training platform. What we do is that we guide you. We'll still discuss that after this presentation. But this presentation is to open your eyes to the field of cybersecurity, and so as to make you know why you want to transition into cybersecurity. You know, and cybersecurity is a growing field with many opportunities. After this presentation, maybe I'll share my own story, or might have another meeting and share my story. But this this meeting will also would also leverage on this meeting to be able to give you an headway into what we want to do, and also position us for a platform that we want, how this is going to be run in the long run. So it's going to be a 6 month program for each and every one of us, and we are going to we are going to have milestones that you're going to cover based on the general level knowledge on cybersecurity, and on the specified field that you might want to be. But before we delve into all that, let's just take this presentation first. Um, so the agenda for this is to introduce to you what cybersecurity is, which I know that most of us are familiar with in one way or the other because of the interest you have. Then we'll also look at why cybersecurity is very important in today's affairs. Then we have the cybersecurity market trends, and we also define different roles in cybersecurity. Also bust some myths about cybersecurity so that you can have an headway, and we also look at why you want to transition into a cybersecurity role or a career in it. So, what is cybersecurity? You know, in a very simple language, not to be so technical, is that you want privacy in your affairs, in your transactions online, whether you are buying stuff online, whether you are any form of activity you're doing online. One of the things you want is that you want safety, you want protection, you want privacy, and also much more than that, cybersecurity cut across every nook and cranny of life, not just in cyberspace, even in your house. The main reason why you place a gate in your house is for safety. You understand? So you don't want unauthorized access to data to information that is not meant to be leaked out to someone dangerous, or someone that's to the open or to the public. And that's why, as a cybersecurity engineer, one of the things you come across when you start learning cybersecurity, the CIA tried, which is the confidentiality, um, integrity, and availability. Those are the three pillars of cybersecurity that guides engineers, analysts, and anybody that is venturing in cybersecurity on how to protect data. And also, those are the things you have to put at the back of your mind. You have to know the difference between confidentiality, integrity, and availability. If you're a cybersecurity engineer or you are running a business, one of the things you want to ensure is that your organization is safe, the data you're providing to the public is safe and is authentic, and the services you're running, as per people accessing your maybe services and all that, you want it to always be available. So the main reason why you have locks on your phone. You have to, so that you don't want unauthorized access to your phone. So it cuts across that. Anything that has to do with securing something, ensuring that unauthorized access is not someone that is not meant to have access to it, don't have access to that thing. That has to be in cybersecurity. That also plays a role in cybersecurity. So in terms of data, cyber. So most people, like bad actors that we have, they have different motive for intruding into systems and getting data and all that. Most might be doing it for gain. Others might be doing it for to be able to destroy maybe an activity and all that. There's aspect of cybersecurity that has to do with forensic, which means that you are going to there was an incident that happened, and you want to find out what really happened. So based on those data that you collected, you are finding out the root cause of the issue, and you need data. Once a data is tampered with, your investigation as a forensic maybe analyst or judge will be tampered with. You won't have an accurate judgment for that. So protection of data is very, very important in cybersecurity. Protection of networks and all that. And as a cybersecurity engineer, cybersecurity is not just a field. It cut across many things. That's why we have different roles in cybersecurity, which we are going to discuss in the following. So, in the nutshell, the basis of cybersecurity is protection of data, or of anything that has to do with data and all that, and much, much, much more protection of life. You understand? Most people don't see it that way. That cybersecurity is also an integral part of safety for people, because if an hacker have access to a system that can destroy a whole community, the one of the things you want to do is to protect that system from being hacked, so that lives will not be lost. So it's very important that we understand that cybersecurity is not just about coding, it's not just about connecting, protecting online safety and all that. It also has to do with physical safety. You understand? In some offices or in some organizations, you have a control room. You have some doors that you can't even access. You have some doors that you have to use maybe your thumbprint to be able to access those. So that's part of cybersecurity, and it cut across all fields. There's no field in this life that they don't need security. Are you getting me? They need security in every field of life, and that's one of the important things that cybersecurity has to do with it. Also, why is cybersecurity important? We see that in today's world, information technology is very significant force that is uniting people together. So, in other words, we give thanks to the information technology, which is the IT. Now, you can actually control the entire planet today, because the whole world is knit together. You can jump on your Facebook or your Twitter, on Facebook, and connect USA, connect everywhere in the comfort of your home. That's um, that's what information technology has done for us. We have been able to connect everything together. So and you know that most of you here, you also have you have inbox, you have mailboxes, you have Gmail accounts, you have email accounts in yourself, and just those things are in the public cloud. You understand? And one of the things you want to ensure is that your information in that cloud are safe. So that's also part of it. Why you want to ensure that. That's also part of why cybersecurity is very important. Most of our data are in public clouds. Most of our data are in banks. You put your money in the bank. You know, safety is very important in bank. You put your money, your money is also on your phone because you have the bank app on your phone. One of the things you want to ensure is that there's safety on that phone. So that's why you have passwords, you have PIN, you have a lot of authentication factors. You understand? So it's very important across board. The main reason why you have a gate in your house is because of protection. You get. So cybersecurity is very important in today's life, not just not just in the on the internet. So you see people wanting to connect remotely to maybe to their data center or to their offices and all that, and over the Wi-Fi they are connecting to some Wi-Fi that they don't even know about. It's very important that their communication back to their offices and all that is in safety. So personal information is very key. Business information is very key. Government information is very key. Hospital information is very key. And those are the information that can be stolen. Um, imagine the health record of maybe our president leaked out from one hospital another. That can be a scandal, and they can use that as a blackmail. You understand? Because and the hospital that has that information leaked, eh, can go bankrupt because of that. Because people will start losing trust in that health sector. So it's very important that all these organizations enforce enough security to protect people's data and all that, and it can cost millions. Uh, so businesses and individuals have information they need to protect. You understand, and millions of dollars could be saved. I know maybe some of you are aware of ransomware in such a way that when you click a link online, the one of the things the ransomware does is that it locks your laptop, it locks the information, access to your information, for you to now, for the attackers to now be requesting for money. So these are the things that there are some measures to be put in place in order to ensure that you have enough cybersecurity measures in place for people. So it's very important across all boards, whether in health sector, whether in oil and gas, whether in the finance sector. There is no sector that cybersecurity is not required, because everybody wants credibility, and everybody wants a safe environment to do business and transact. So everybody is looking for measures to ensure that cybersecurity is uh, is very intact in their environment. So, coming to the cybersecurity market trends, cybersecurity is a growing field, and the revenue being generated in this field is unimaginable. So we can see that this is the data source from Statista Market Insight. The revenue in cybersecurity markets is projected to reach like 162 billion US dollars by the end of 2023. You understand? And the largest market within cybersecurity is security services, with a projected market volume of 85.49 billion US dollars in 2023. These are revenues. These are revenues also expected to show an annual growth rate, which from 2023 to 2028 of 9.63%, resulting in a market volume of 256 billion US dollars by 2028. So, and also the average spend per employee in the cybersecurity market is projected to reach $46.54, in 2030 by the end of this. So this growth is being driven by increasing number of cyber attacks, and the growing reliance on technology and the increased awareness of the importance of cybersecurity. So it's a field that promises to, to give cybersecurity is a very lucrative field that if you are able to own your skills and know what you're doing and get all the knowledge required, you'll be an hot cake both in Nigeria and globally. And that's why, because there's always a reliance on technology. I get me. The cyber attack threat landscape is keeps growing. You get me. In 2019, there was pandemic and everybody has to rely on cloud adoptions and all that. And as cloud adoption was, many organizations rushed into cloud adoption so that their services would they have a level of business continuity. And that area of digital transformation also came with a lot of threat landscape. You understand? Because in the cloud as well, there is need for security. So in the cloud now, there's a shortage of, you know, there's a shortage of expertise in cloud security that even if you are able to, know your skills very well and be able to export it, you'll be a very hot cake in the industry um, for now. So we try and move further. We have different rules in cybersecurity. Like I mentioned, cybersecurity is a very wide field, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're doing as an engineer or as a cybersecurity expert, you might not be able to own your skill, and you might not even be able to pursue a career successfully in cybersecurity because it's a wide field. You might be thinking that in cybersecurity, let me just do anything. No, you can't just do anything. You have to focus on an aspect of of the field and own that skill very well in such a way that when anybody asks you, you can see this is what I'm doing. Because in cybersecurity, there are ethical hackers, there are cybersecurity engineers, there are analysts, it's very wide. The roles uh, are very numerous, and we'll speak about that in this presentation. So the first in categorizing different aspects of cybersecurity, we have the blue team, we have the red team, we have the white team, we have plenty teams, but the major ones are the blue team, red team, white team, and the and the purple team. And this reflects the kind of job they do as per the team they belong to. For instance, the blue team, this is a group that is actually responsible for defending an enterprise's use of information systems by maintaining its security posture against a group of attackers. So, in this group, we have the cybersecurity architect, the information security officer, the IT security analyst, the security network, the cyber network security engineer, professional. We have a cloud security engineer. So in this blue team, they are always responsible to defend the organization against cyber threat and attack, and they use a lot of tools and resources to do that in order to ensure that the security posture of an organization or an enterprise is strong enough to to mitigate against any cyber attack or threat that is coming in or going that is coming in into the organization. Then we have the red team. The red team, most people, when you hear someone say, when someone say I'm a cybersecurity engineer, what comes to people's mind is, this guy is an ethical hacker or this guy is an hacker. So that's one of the myths that is in cybersecurity, that everybody that is in cybersecurity should be an hacker or should be an ethical hacker and all that. No, there are there are people in that role that their major work is hacking, ethical hacking, not hacking, ethical hacking and pen testing. There's difference between hacking and ethical hacking. If as a cybersecurity engineer, you go to a place and you start doing some sort of funny things in the environment, if they catch you, you go to jail. So ethical hacking means that you have permission to do whatsoever you want to do on an organization system, and you have rules of engagement to do those things. If you are as an ethical hacker, you go and do something you are not meant to do, Nigeria. So that's why we call them ethical hackers, because in the hacking, there's ethical, and there is a level of agreement and permission between the person doing the pen testing and other. And what's the idea behind hacking or ethical hacking? Ethical hacking means that, okay, you're an organization like the blue team now, they've told, they've provisioned some cybersecurity products and solutions for an organization in securing the data, information, and all that. And they said, okay, these are the things we've put in place, the security infrastructure we've put in place. We are the defender. We've done everything to defend every loopholes and all that. So the organization will now call the ethical hackers and say, come, I want you to behave like an hacker. You understand? So the ethical hacker behaves like a notorious hacker to in permission with the organization to hack what these blue teams have put in place. So they will also these blue teams have put this thing in place. Now red team, come, let me test what they've done. So this is where the pen tester, the ethical hackers, and other offensive security engineers come in and try to now do a lot of back and forth on the user system with the permission of the organization. I'm repeating that because it's very important. So the red teams they are offensive security professionals who are experts in attacking systems and breaking into defenses ethically. So the red teams, they actually simulate attacks against the blue teams, like I mentioned, to test the effectiveness of the network security. So in this group, we have the offensive security engineer, the ethical hackers, the pen testers, and so on. Then the next thing is we have the white team. So the white team, they are the one that helped to establish the rules of engagement between the blue team and the red team. They have metrics for assessing results and the procedures for providing operational security for the engagement. So the white team normally they have responsibility for deriving the lesson learned, conducting post engagement assessment, and also trying to assess the results as a result of what has been done and all that. So also the white team acts as the referees and also judges for between the red team and the blue team and for the engagement they've done. So also the team also ensures that activities of the red and blue team run fairly without causing operational problems. So the announced rating missions and all that. So the kind of role that is in this field are the risk manager, the compliance officer, the security auditors, the governance specialists, IT manager, risk analyst, and all that. So we have the purple team. The purple team has the combination, the skills of in combination of the blue team and the red team, and as a purple team engineer, you have a knowledge of what these guys are doing and all that, and you can be able to use such tools in a real world time. So why do you want to transition into cybersecurity? Please, can you all hear me and see my screen? Kindly let me know if that's
Yes, we can hear you and can also see your screen.
thank you. So thank you. So one, why do you want to transition to cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is a very huge space. Sincerely, is a very huge space, and the demand for cybersecurity in this day is very high, both in Nigeria and globally. There is a recent brain drain in Nigeria that most of our skilled workers are now jackpotting to US, to UK, and all that. Most especially, most of these banks, they have a lot of brain drain that, you know, they can't even feel at the moment because the most of the experts are not are not on ground. They've jackpot to a better place. So both in Nigeria, if you look at the skill cybersecurity skill demand in Nigeria alone, we have like 63% out of every other skills because cybersecurity is very, very, very key to every business, every organization than any other thing. You understand? So we have the demand for the security field is growing rapidly and expected to continue to grow in the coming years. So the growth is always spontaneous. You understand? According to a report by Cybersecurity Ventures, the global security workforce shortage is expected to reach 3.5 million by 20 to end of 2023. This means that there are many job opportunities available in the field of cybersecurity. So when you're saying there is no job or more, it's because there is no enough skill to get those jobs. So one of the things you want to do is to own your skill. You know, when you own your skill, you can work anywhere in the world as a cybersecurity engineer, and the salaries are also very, very competitive. I've decided not to post any salary range of a cybersecurity engineer because it might be misleading. For you to check, I might go to Glassdoor, you might visit Glassdoor website to see what a entry level cybersecurity um, earn, globally or in Nigeria. So that would inform you about that. But the salary is very, very impressive and competitive globally. Globally, I would say globally, not Nigeria. You get. So with the rise of in cyber threats, the demand for cybersecurity professional is actually also skyrocketing. So organization across industries, you know, are investing heavily in cybersecurity to protect their data and systems. So, according to the industry reports, there is a significant shortage of skilled cybersecurity experts, which is now creating abundant job opportunities. So, for me, is an opportunity to to go and fill up those spaces. 63, like I mentioned, 63% of organizations across region cited cybersecurity and data skills as in demand, with 49% seeking more developer skills. So there's a report from South Africa that revealed that 69% of organizations in Africa are likely to experience tech skill gaps. Why? Because of shortage of skills in this line of endeavor, with 80% of Nigerian organizations expecting a skill gap compared to 53% organizations even in Kenya. So the brain drain is very real. Organizations are actually looking for experts to fill roles and all that. And the main reason why you're here is so that we can help you own your skill, give you right resources to ensure that you are on the right path. We direct you, we help you out you know, in ensuring that you are following the right path, getting the right resources and all that. I've enjoyed mentorship, I like a little of not intentional, not as intentional as what we are doing, but a little of meeting people that are already in the industry and talking to them, talking to them and them giving me insight and all that keeps my nerves sometimes. I started my cybersecurity journey in 2018, and here I am now working with one of the best companies in the world now. So cybersecurity is a global field, and there are many opportunities to work with international organizations and companies. This means that cybersecurity professionals can have a global impact. You can have a global impact. You can be here and work with, can work remotely depending on the level of skill you've acquired. You can be in Nigeria working remotely with anybody outside Nigeria, whether US, UK, Australia, Germany, and all that. So far, you know what you're doing and you can own the skill and defend it. Also, cybersecurity is a future-proof field, as need for cybersecurity professionals is only going to grow in the coming years. So this means that cybersecurity professionals can be confident that they will have a job in the future. So there is nowhere, because whether you're working for a retail company or you're working for an enterprise, from the low to the high, the demand for security, because everybody is dealing with data. You understand? Everybody is dealing with data from the low to the high. Every one of the company organizations you'll be working are dealing with data, and they want to be able to protect their data and shield it from unauthorized access. And a lot of tools will be involved for you to be able to own the skills and all that. So in conclusion, cybersecurity is a rapidly growing field with a vast array of opportunities. The increased demand, lucrative salaries, and continuous learning make it attractive career choice. You can't just say that you've learned something today and that's all it. No, there is something that will come out tomorrow that you have to update yourself, so it's a very interesting field that there are new things for you to learn to ensure that you are top notch. You are also meeting up the demand for those gaps. So by developing your skills, gaining experience, and staying updated, you can forge a successful career in this dynamic and critical field. So that's the main reason why we have this mentorship program, is so that for beginners and people that are coming into the field, we can tailor them to and direct them to what they need to be able to do to have a successful career. you know and some people, we don't have to stay on them for months. Once you give them this, they can develop. They Once you give them one, they can develop one to make it 100. And that's one of the things we want to create, whereby we show you the path to follow. And because of your passion for it, and your passion for it, you also build on that. I get me. So it's not every time we would be coming to us, okay, let's do a training and all that. We'll give you resources, we'll introduce you to platforms by which you can have some standardized resources, both hands-on lab and theory, so that one of the things you will ensure is that, okay, you have a simulation of real life experience as well. When I started out my AWS journey, one of the things I also figured out that I needed to do a lot of lab. Most people complain that they don't have real life experience and all that, but with the level of lab that you engage with, if you engage in lab that is provided, 50% of what you are going to do in the real life, you would have accomplished them in the lab, and you can put it on your CV that I have the understanding of this. I've been able to work with this and this and that and that. Those are the ways you are able to build your CV and give it to organizations and all that. And in no time, you land a role. Then from there, you keep growing and keep developing. Before I move to the rule of engagement in cybersecurity, in this community for everyone, I would like to take one or two questions from us before we proceed. So, anybody with any question based on what we've discussed so far? Hello.
With you.
Does anybody have, does anybody have any question? I'll continue.
Definitely, I think we can continue.
Okay. So for the rule of engagement in this community, so we are in partnership with various experts in their field. You understand? We have mentors that would you would have to you have room to engage on a daily basis. We've created a group. So one of the platforms we are going to be using is AWS Slack. We have a platform in Slack, and we have different groups in on that platform. So in this, can you still see my screen? Let me go back to let me share my screen on the expertise and all that. Um, So yeah, we have different groups that you can belong to, and we have different mentors in that group. So, for instance, we have the network security. So, we would, after this meeting, we'll share a form with us for us to select the aspect of cybersecurity you want to pursue. You understand? So, we have network security field, and Chooks, Theodore and Bumi would be Bumi or Olaimika. I don't know whether they are they are currently here. They will be your mentor for that group. We have cloud security. Myself and Tolu Animi, Banji um, will be the mentors for that group. We have security operations. Nelson and Oluwatobi Afolabi will be the security, the mentors for that group. For technical sales and ethics, Christola will be the mentors for this group. Myself and Christola will be the mentor for this group. We have also application security, which will be mentored by Tofumi Olonju. Then we have ethical hacking and pen testing. Oluwatobi Afolabi will be the mentor for that group. So one of the things we would ensure is that we have like more than 3 platforms that you would engage. You will engage in exercises, trainings, and all that. And at the end of the day, one of the things we want to see is your progress in those trainings and all that. Would also schedule another meeting to introduce us to the platforms we are going to be using. So we will leverage on, there is an ISC certification that you would do, that is free and recognized in the industry. With that one, you can have an entry job role in cybersecurity. We introduce you to skills for all platform, where you have access to lab for people that wants to also have their journey in cloud security. We introduce you to different platforms to get your certification. We are not we want so we want to leverage on your passion. Why? Because one of the things, if you have enough resources to study and to forge ahead, I don't see why you should need someone to now be spooning you. You understand? So we'll create enough resources for you. Whenever you have any questions to ask, the mentors are always available on the group to answer your questions, to guide you. If you need to, if you have some clarity on some times, will always be available to guide you. Your mentors will schedule time with you, maybe once a week or twice a week, to meet with you. And we sent out the registration to like 50 people, like we're onboarding like 50 people. And because we don't want to waste the time of our mentors, that's why we didn't make this open. I get me. We make it closed so that serious minded people would join the program. I get me, and we'll have enough engagement with people and all that, such that after 6 months of engagement and all that, you can say that you've moved from point A to point B. And also you can also look at getting internship with companies, whether in Nigeria or outside. That will be an additional aspect of it. But the major thing is for you to have enough skills and provide you with enough resources to do that. And one of the requirements for the program, while you are filling up that form, is that you have access to internet and you have access to laptop and you have enough time to study. You understand? If you give your time, if you give time to studying in this line, like maybe 3 hours or 4 hours a day, I get what I'm saying. In 6 months, you understand, you'll be an hot cake, because there is enough resources for you to tailor your energy and be able to accommodate more. And for you to be able to catch on more experiences, you have enough lab processes to ensure that you're also engaging on a daily basis. And whenever your mentors deem it fit that, oh, there is an opportunity in an area, they will always reach out to any of you. And we need enough engagement from all the participants here. Why? Because it is very, very important to us so that we won't feel as though we are wasting our time. I get what I'm saying. So we'll work in cooperation with you. Um, I will after this meeting, I will drop the link to the form that you're going to fill, and also so that you can also go and do your own findings on the areas at which you want to venture in this group, whether network security, whether cloud security, whether application security, or whether technical sales or all that, so that we can position you in that group and we can start mentoring you. So there'll be, for everyone joining as well, there will be a general platforms that everybody has to subscribe to and um, start their training and kick off with their trainings, so that you have enough engagement and your mentors will be engaging you on a regular basis. I would like to introduce Chris Tola to speak so that we can. So Chris Tola is part of is one of our mentors. He works with one of the cyber security solution companies here um, that is globally recognized. I don't know if any one of us know who Sophos is. So Christola is a system engineer, sales engineer that works with them, and he will also be part of this training to ensure that anybody that is in his group is being mentored and tailored well in the right path. Chris, I don't know whether you can talk or you have time to talk. Hello, Chris. Are you there? Okay. Um, okay, I think Chris is quite busy.
Is there any
So,
chance to ask question?
eh?
Ask a question.
Okay, you can go ahead. You can ask a question. Before Chris speak, ask a question so that Chris can speak afterwards.
Good, thank you. I would like to know the difference between the you mentioned network different aspect of the
Mm,
cybersecurity. Yes.
mm,
So I would like to know, is it that you one pick only one part of it and learn to be an expert, or is it that they're all a curriculum to be learned? One. Then number two, I also want to know. I've heard so much about Google something, AWS. What are
mm.
they really? Are they different bodies, different from each other, or are they the same thing, or are they to be learned together, or just pick one part? Thank
Okay.
you.
Oh, okay. That's very good. A very good question. So, like I mentioned before, I said we have different field in cybersecurity. We have from my presentation, we have the blue team, we have the red team, we have the purple team, white team, and all that. So the tools you're engaging as cybersecurity determines the teams you fall into. So as a network security engineer, are you getting me? So one of the things you want to ensure is that you are working with a firewall and network defense tools, like maybe web application firewall, firewall devices, and other tools that will ensure that the network of an environment or the network of an organization is well secured. I guess so. In network security, one of the things you want to ensure you learn is networking. I get to understand the protocols of networking and understand firewalls, some of those tools as well. And the functionality or the job role of a network engineer, or yeah, the JD of a network engineer is different from the JD of a um, cloud security engineer, because the cloud security engineer is the one that deals with AWS, that deals with Google Cloud, that deals with AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. Those are the things that they deal with, and they ensure that the workload and infrastructure or of organizations workload infrastructure in that cloud is secured. You understand? So there are different aspects. Like I mentioned, there is application security engineer, there is network security engineer. Like now, myself, I won't say I'm not an ethical hacker. You understand? There's an ethical hacker and pen testers. Those are the ones that probe organizations defenses ethically to show them the loopholes in their network or to show them the loopholes in their environment. You understand? That's the function of ethical hackers. As a network engineer, you have networks, you have organizations like the switches, the routers, firewalls, even organizations, laptops, endpoints, and other. Want to ensure that they are secured so that traffic coming from outside or going out of the company or of the organization is well secured. I think that's the best simple way I can put it. Then we have other people that has to do with maybe compliance, like regulatory compliance officer and all that. They will check that, oh, everything you put together in this organization as it is now, does it meet a level of compliance standard? You understand? Maybe for an organization to be able to engage in business with another body, there are some security solutions that has to be in place. So the compliance auditors will come, and the compliance and auditors are also part of cybersecurity. I get what I'm saying. So but their job role is to audit the firm and see that they meet a level of compliance in engaging businesses and all that. They want to know whether you have this cybersecurity solution in place, or you have these loopholes, or the way you are protecting your organization, is it up to the standard at which you're also transacting business? So there are different rules to that. So one of the things we would do is to, we want to do here is that we will give you a general platform for cybersecurity, which there's a general knowledge that everybody needs to have as a cybersecurity, and that's the entry level of this certified ISC that we introduce to you and all that. So everybody will be engaging on that level. I get what I'm saying, but we are also putting you in groups so that because cybersecurity is a wide field, we don't just and to make this mentorship mentorship effective, you want to be able to tailor your path into a career mode in such that, okay, this is the career mode I want to follow. I want to be a cloud security engineer. So if you want to be a cloud security engineer, what are the things I need to ensure I need to learn and the skills I need to hone to um, be able to get enough knowledge and be able to pull through in that line? Then we'll put you in a cloud security group and will supply you resources and guidance in that line so that you can always tailor your path in the line of cloud security. So if you are following the path of maybe network security engineer and all that, I want to be a network security engineer. I want to be able to work in an organization, defend them against cyber threats and advanced malware and all that. We'll put you in that group and give you resources to follow your career mode in that line, and any guidance you need to put you through. So if you want to deal with maybe application security or ethical hacking, we'll put you in that group and all that. But for on a general norm, we have a general platforms and resources for everybody. But in a group level, your mentors will engage you on that level of what you want to pursue as an engineer. So it's very important that you have an idea of what you want to pursue, and we'll put you in that group. We'll send out the form for you to fill. So we'll put you in each of those groups on Slack. Then we'll continue the engagement from there. Is that clear? Okay, Monday. Monday you can talk. But I
Very
want
clear. Very clear.
before
Okay.
Monday talks, I want Chris to talk, please. Please, boss. You can
All right.
go ahead, sir.
Yeah, but I was going to say that you already mentioned a lot of things I was going to talk about. You know, the GRC part is very important, the ethics and also the technical sales part of it, because we're talking about a marathon here. It's not something you do for 1 or 2 weeks and then you go to sleep.
Yes,
It's a habit you
yes.
have to keep up
You
with,
have to
right?
revive.
So
Yeah.
if you're not going to be able to keep up with that habit to probably do pen testing or red teaming and stuff like that, maybe you want something that's more natural to you. So if you're the kind of person that has the sales mindset or the management mindset, you probably want to focus on GRC and not want to go into details of the technical stuff like that. So we are aware of all that. That's why the beginning is something that opens your mind to the vast area of cybersecurity, with the certified in cybersecurity course that exposes you to a lot of areas in cybersecurity. So you can then choose, and then decide which mentor to go with, depending on your interest, as you go along. So we have all of that covered. So everybody here can have a slice of this cybersecurity cake. That's what we're saying. So nobody will say, after 2 months, like, I can't go on anymore. No, there has to be a place for you in cybersecurity that's natural to you, that you'll be able to cope. And that's what we're going to discover and put you in the right place to sell. All right. What about you, Bawali?
Thank you. Can you choose more than one route? For you to focus area of interest, it's very important that you have one. And also, if you have one, it doesn't mean that you can't. For instance, if you are doing cloud security also involves a level of networking and all that. You get what I'm saying? It involves a level of network security to it and all that. So, but you have to ensure that this is what I'm pursuing. You get, so every other things you're also learning is fostering that, is empowering that. It's not that you are pursuing maybe ethical hacking and you're not saying you want to go into maybe compliance and all that. You get, you will have you have like you would you have, how would I even put it self, you'll be distracted. You get, so it's good that you focus on one thing, and every that one thing you're learning, every other thing you're learning aside it would complement that, what the first thing you're learning. So if you're going for cloud security, definitely you have knowledge of network security. I get what I'm saying. But the main goal for you is that I'm going to cybersecurity, I'm learning cybersecurity, and anything that is coming beneath it is enforcing and empowering that knowledge. You get, so for this group, I won't advise that you be in two groups. You should be in one group so that you can have a focus on that, because anything we are giving you will be tailored to that line. And we have 6 months. We have 6 months to to work, to engage, and to ensure that you move from point A to point Z. So we want to foster all our energy in ensuring that you get something very accurate, so that when you are in an organization, you can say, oh, I've worked with this and I want to be able to implement this for this and that. Any other? Okay, please speak if you have any question.
All right. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Monday.
Okay. So I want to ask a question. If, for instance, I want to specialize on networking security, networking security engineer, and I don't have experience in networking, is it possible for me to still run it?
Yeah, definitely. That's why you're here. That's why we. So if you are learning, the mentorship program is for beginners that don't actually know much. You understand? So if you are going to network security, it will provision you, it will bootstrap you right from scratch. You get, so give you resources from basic networking, because without networking, you can't know how to secure the network. You understand? So bootstrap it from networking, what it is and all that, then build up to being someone that can confidently say, oh, these are the protocols involved in securing a network, procedure involved and all that. So even if you don't have any knowledge and you are interested and you have the time, you have the resources, you have the internet resources, laptop to work with, and you have time and you have the passion for it, it shouldn't take you more than 6 months or 1 year to be able to catch up on this. You get, at least
All right. Thank you.
for an entry level, at least you should be able to get something. I started like voraciously on networking, and within 6 months I was able to get an internship with a company, and from there I kept learning, and before you know it, you become an expert in the space of 2 to 3 years. So that's the aim here. And if there's any other question, kindly say it. And the next move for us is that I'll drop a link for the group you want to belong to. It will be like a questionnaire. So you select the group you want to belong to, and after that, I would add you to the Slack. Please, the platform we are using for engagement is Slack. The WhatsApp group will only be for any announcements. We have a Telegram group as well, which is for general, not for people here, like general people. But we are much more intentional about people that are here. You understand? So we have groups on that. So the WhatsApp group will just be for information on a general level. Anybody that is not in that Slack group might not have access to the resources we are providing. And that's why I said this first meeting is very important. So we don't mind working with 10 people, don't mind working with 3 people, don't mind working with 5 people. As long as we see commitment and we see passion and we see the readiness to learn and all that, we'll continue. So I'll drop the recording of this to on the WhatsApp group. And if after anybody has watched it and know that they are also interested, the Slack group will be opened up to anybody. So after giving you the link to join the Slack group, so anybody that's on that Slack group will be the one we'll work with. We just be receiving information on the WhatsApp, which is very important. And that's why I say this first meeting is very important. And watching the recording by the people that are not here is also very important to be able to catch up. So for now, I'll say thank you for your time. Thank you for I see a wonderful people in the next 1 year doing great stuff, doing amazing stuff. I have a lot of people here, like 2 or 3 people here, that also helped me in my journey in ensuring that I become a very seasoned cybersecurity expert. And that's one of the main reasons we also create this group to be able to empower people that are beginning their journey, whether you are switching from a career to into cybersecurity or you are beginning from scratch. And please, one of the things we ask from you is your commitment, your passion to learn, so that we can also know that the people that giving their time to you are not wasting it. And also, please kindly follow us on YouTube on our. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cyberpoint at Cyberpoint. Also, we're on Twitter as well. Subscribe to Cyberpoint and also follow us on Twitter, on Trade, and on LinkedIn. Follow us on Cyberpoint. You'll see some of our posts. You can retweet. Let's have more users and more people to the community. It's going to be a very big community. I bet you. And one day you'll also be an expert and trying to organize things like this and help other people by God's grace. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate everyone that is here. So thank you guys. Have a lovely night rest.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank you.